Oh dear. I actually wound up going to bed. Well, here's the thing. I wound up going to bed just after 10:30. And this is where it gets silly. I actually, even though I was tired, I couldn't stay asleep. So right now I am just like dozing right now. Don't worry though, I'm obviously fully awake to be able to do this video, but still. It's just so, I'm just so tired right now. So yeah, that's my low, is that I'm really, really tired right now. My high is, I got to see my folks yesterday. That was quite nice. We actually had a nice dinner from Picnic Pizza, which was I've given Picnic Pizza many praises, in the past. So I'll keep this brief. We had a nice dinner of and a large pizza with extra cheese, peppers, and onions. I almost said pepperoni, but it was peppers and onions. And half a dozen medium chicken wings. My mom was actually kind of worried because when she's off, she will spend like the entire day with my nephews. That's what she does. And she thought we were going to get sausage, peppers, and onions. Because, that is... when it comes to great food trinities, that's one of them. But my father had ordered wings, so that's where we didn't get the sausage. Although, personally, I'll ask this in a minute. But, excuse me. My act of kindness was actually because I really wanted to spend time with my dad because he actually had a PET scan yesterday, as I said before. So, I thought I should, be with him. I'm not going to know, no one's going to know the results until Thursday. So, as far as I was told, so far everything was, fine, I guess. That's good. So, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I got a loogie in my throat. Sorry. It's, again, it's just one of those mornings. So with that said, good morning and happy hump day, everybody. So, regarding the thing I just mentioned about the pizza and wings I had, a thought actually just occurred to me. Well, it occurred to me last night. And that was, that, pizza and wings are like a classic combination, right? They are. And another classic combination is, spaghetti and meatballs. Or, with sausage. And I said this in my Mom Food Chronicle about spaghetti and meatballs. My mom will make her meat sauce in the slow cooker. She'll make her sauce in the slow cooker by taking homemade meatballs that she made that were browned in the oven, some Italian sausage, and a couple of pork ribs. I don't know what specific ribs, but pork ribs. She'll put that in the slow cooker and let that cook all day long, right? And that's essentially her sauce. But here's the thing. I mentioned, you can have sausage on a pizza. You can have meatballs on a pizza. Some places have meatballs. And even though it really wouldn't be considered common, some variations of ribs or pulled pork or barbecue pulled pork, that can be on a pizza too. And you can have wings with that. And no one would say a word. So, would it be possible that a combination of spaghetti, meatballs, and wings for dinner would be feasible? I really think it would work. But then again, you you know me long enough. I'm a glass half full kind of guy. I do feel the glass is most definitely refillable. And, I'm just sort of like thinking this over because, and here's the thing, peppers and onions can make for a decent, small salad. Then what you could, so yeah, you could have and you can put anything on top of a pizza, but you can't have any of that stuff as a side with spaghetti and meatballs. I don't know. It just, the things that keep me up at night, Tonight is actually a very important night, as it is the season 4 finale of The Masked Singer, which, of course, I've been looking forward to. I've been looking forward to it for almost 2 weeks at this point. Unfortunately, and I said this several times already, the only thing we have to go by is speculation. Who is going to win, between the sun, the crocodile, or the mushroom? What songs are they going to perform? That's another thing they're going to talk about. That's another thing you could always speculate. And, and this is actually something that, let's be honest, anyone who's watched The Masked Singer from the very beginning of this season knows that the sun may very well just be the runaway favorite to win this whole thing. And so I wouldn't be surprised if the sun wound up winning. But what I'm thinking is, what if, sorry. See, that's how tired I am. I'm losing my train of thought really easily right now. What if the sun winds up losing? That could be the biggest upset right there. And then, it could be for the crocodile and the mushroom steal. That's one thing I was thinking of. But again, because here's the thing. Here's why I think the sun is going to be don't get me wrong, the crocodile and the mushroom are great. And they'll definitely have great performances tonight in their own right. I didn't mean to make that rhyme. But here's the thing as to why the sun can win. If you guys remember what I said in the very first episode of The Masked Singer this season, the instant the sun sang her first note, everybody was blown away. I mean, everybody was blown away. I remember sitting right here on this couch, watching the TV over there, being like, whoa! When the sun started to sing. Now, fast forward to the Super 6, when, it's essentially popcorn versus the sun, which, personally, I think they just should have done, you didn't really need to do song battles, but whatever. It did make for great television, so I can't really complain. The popcorn went all out for trying to get the win. And on a different day, against a different opponent, she absolutely does get the win. But this is the sun we're talking about. And to say that the sun showed off great range is a bit of an understatement. Because she not only showed great range in terms of how high or low her voice could go throughout this whole season, but her range of being able to sing sort of big and bold to, subtle, quiet, she can do all that. And I think as long as she has those things going for her, the sun is going to win this thing. I mean, to be perfectly honest, you guys are wondering why I haven't really tried making guesses to who's underneath the masks. To be honest, I find it better not knowing. I find it better not trying to guess. Because regardless of whether or not we're right or wrong underneath the mask, we're still hearing some pretty decent singing from people. I mean, some celebrities that have been eliminated have actually gone so far as to get singing lessons for doing this. And, taking singing lessons, trying to learn a new skill, That's pretty cool. Like, it gives you a better trick up your sleeve, something to add to your repertoire. That is what you can do in life. And that's very admirable in its own way. So I can't really so I never really tried guessing who's underneath the masks because as fun as that is to try and guess how it is, that's not really the part I'm into. I like hearing good music. I like hearing people sing. I've been blessed with, some of the best musicians that I've known to be singers. In fact, a friend of, I think I may have told the story already, but, and this actually added to my high, by the way. When I first entered Horseheads High School, to say I was a nervous wreck was a bit of an understatement. Every freshman who went to high school was going to be nervous. New school, new environment, lots of new people. Not to mention, not only did I have to balance schoolwork, but I was playing football at the time. I had never balanced out school and sports before. So this is pretty big for me. Then when I entered the quiet room, there was this one upperclassman. He was a junior. And he was just so welcoming and inviting to everyone entering the quiet room. The choir room. Not quiet room. Choir room. This is choir class. I'll elaborate a little more on that, when I do my class and session video on choir. Because I am going to be doing that one. Not this upcoming week, because I already mentioned I'm doing physics. But definitely in the future I will. Fast forward to yesterday, and he was named the athletic manager at my brother's high school alma mater at Notre Dame High School. Needless to say, I'm not surprised that he not only turned out to be a great friend, but also that he had as much success as this in his life. So, in case you're watching, congratulations, friend. Again, I say this before, I never name names, so as not to embarrass or offend anyone. And considering that you only just became the athletic manager at Notre Dame High School, means I don't want to accidentally get you fired, even though I'm speaking about you in a positive light. Because that happens too, and I'm not doing that to my friend. Never doing that to my friend, okay? I don't want to do that. Yeah. Not really, much else to, talk about. I congratulate my friend. He responded back. It was very nice. Apparently he's also a teacher, but I don't know what, I thought, actually come to think of it, nowadays, to cement your position as a coach in high school sports, it helps to be a teacher there too. In fact, years ago I didn't think about coaching sports for a high school, but nowadays, as I just said, you have to be a teacher, and being a teacher is just something I never wanted to do. Don't get me wrong, if my class and session videos, for the most part, are any indication, I do have a lot of respect for the teachers I had, and I'll never forget some of the things they said or did or taught me or whatever. But the more I thought about it, the more, I like school, but I don't love school. I'll put it that way. I said before, my time at Horseheads, for the most part, was pretty darn horrible. I literally just said on Monday, it was ultimately so bad that I began to contemplate suicide, and I really was on the verge of, doing it. But I like to believe there were some good days too. And you can't just have a good day out of the blue. You have to find reasons as to why it's good. And the good teachers that I had in any of the class and session videos that I've done so far, and the ones I'm going to be doing, going forward, they are a main component as to why. And I will admit, maybe I blown how depressed I was a little bit out of proportion, Because outside the decision that my folks made, high school really wasn't that bad. But it's just the sort of thing where something is so bad you just simply can't ignore it. At least for me. And don't get me wrong, I've thought about trying to move on. But for me, this is just so unforgivable that I can't, in good conscience, just say, forget about it. In the end, though, I need to make my own happiness. And this, making videos every day, talking to you guys, that definitely makes me happy. I can say that. Like, favorite, chat, subscribe, and follow me on social platforms, notification, YouTube. I'm very humbled to make this video for all of you guys watching enjoy today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful hump day. And remember, if you guys want to talk, our channel is going to be here. So London here, and I'll always have your back. Take care, and make good choices. See ya.